Okay, one of the super common requests I get, how do I make a blog post to my real estate website? So let me just show you real quick here. We're logged into WordPress and let's start a new blog post here. Okay, I've actually got some content here. This is probably a good place to start. So we have these three images. One of the things I can see is these are too big. They're almost 4 megabytes. They're too big to be on a website. So let's open these up and close that. Okay, that's a cool picture. So I'm going to go here to Tools. I'm going to adjust size on this. This is, you can see it's 3200 pixels wide. That's way too big for a website. So like 600 or 800 is more than enough. And so I might just, what if I make that 800 there? Then it makes it 600 down here. That's still going to be really big, but look at that, it makes it less than a tenth the size. You can actually open that on a web page. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And I'll need to do that for all those images. So I'm not going to do that on our video here. But here it is, 225K, and then these are all that size. Maybe I'll just do it real fast on these other ones. Okay, what did we say, 800 here? Okay, save that. Let's pop that open. Okay, and we saved that. Okay, so now we've got all those images, those are ready to go. Okay, we have a document here. Not really too sure how we get these, how you can get Word documents into WordPress, because WordPress doesn't like that. Okay, one of the things I'm going to do here is put one of our keywords here, and you can edit what this is going to look like on a website here, but I'm just going to erase that and then push OK, and it resets it and it'll have all that content there. So go back to my blog post here, and I'm going to copy that. I'm actually going to go over here to my text editor. I'm going to put it in there, and then I'm going to change it all to plain text. Okay, because word formatting just doesn't work on the internet. So I'm going to come back over here, come into the text thing, and stick it in here. Now, I like a little more spacing here, so I think it's easier for people to read. So I'm going to pop some enters here. And let's see. So to me that looks good. Okay, let's save the draft. And I'm going to take a look at this. Pop it open here in a new window. Okay. Looks good. How do I get those images in there? Well, that's actually about the hardest part of the whole deal. This site also has, I've got some issues with the way the images are showing on this. So I'm going to go back over to this visual thing. And I'm going to put one right here under this. Okay, so let's put add media, upload files. Okay, and I already have these images pretty much ready to go. And so I'm just going to drag them in here. And they're going to get uploaded into WordPress. So I would actually think about changing the names on these instead of Tuacon 029 to something like Tuacon, and I'd probably use the name, this is in St. George, Utah. So I'd probably put something about St. George or St. George for Seniors, because that's what the website is. But in this case, we're just going to leave it like it is. Might need to put an alt, some alternative text here for these also. Usually they load up pretty fast, maybe because I threw all three of them on there at once, and there's some people in the other room using the internet too, so it might be just a little bit slow. But I'm going to actually take these check marks off these other two. I want this one right here to load up so I can put it into this post. Maybe while we're doing that, I'll just put this to a con. There it is. To a con. Saturday market in St. George. Okay, that'll actually show up on the page source, so Google will actually see that alt text. Okay, and I like that, and then it gives you some sizes here that you can choose from. You can make it full size, thumbnails, medium. Usually in a post you want it to be about average size. Okay, so I also want that. I want my text to wrap around it, so I'll push this left button here, and I can actually link that image to something. If I want that to go to another website or whatever, I can set that. In this case, I'll just leave it like it is. Update, save the draft. Like I said, my images are all messed up here, so I'm working on my theme. So mine actually shows it full size here, but once we fix this, this is going to be about this big here in the corner, and it's going to have text wrapped around it. So that's pretty much how you do it. You do a blog post like that. Once that's done, another little thing I want to show you real quick is when do you publish it? So you can publish it right now if you just push publish, but in this case, we're going to actually turn this website on July 4th. So I'm going to save that, and it's going to come on about noon July 3rd, which is fine. And I'll schedule that. And I also want to set this as an art, maybe as, attractions. And there's some other information down here. Maybe this should go in shopping. So I'll put to a con. This is in a big outdoor theater. Saturday market. Throw a few tags on here. And, I can actually look at some of the other tags that have been used. Which none of those really are what I want on this. So then I'll update that, and then July 3rd about noon, that's going to post onto my website. So I've got to get those images fixed. And that's how you do a blog post. So if you've already got your document set up a certain way in Word, it's really hard to just copy paste that over. You have to kind of recreate it. So that's a big issue on this too. All right.